Of course, you are with Las Cruces Public Schools, and you are here
Yeah,
to keep us up to date with what's going on once again.
always. I belong to KGRT for at
You've
least
been
3 minutes on Thursdays.
sometimes it's a little bit more than 3 minutes, but
Sometimes it's
that's
a little
okay.
bit
Yeah,
more.
most of the time it's a little bit more than 3 minutes. But Kelly, how are you doing today? Things are
Doing
good.
doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thanks for having
Did
me.
you enjoy your 2 hour break the other morning?
I did enjoy the 2 hour break. We're still working all the time, of course, whether I'm in the office or not.
Oh,
It's a constant struggle with emails and phone calls, but yeah, it was a nice little slow start to the morning, at least for 2 hours.
absolutely. A bunch of people are going like, "Why did they do that? There was no snow or anything else like
We
that."
hear it
But
all the time,
yeah,
right?
but I'm going like, you hear about the weather reports up north, like Albuquerque and stuff. They got hammered.
They got hammered as far north as Tier
Tier C,
C.
yeah, Tier C
Yeah.
up at up at the higher elevations, they got pretty much hammered with some snow. But you hear the forecast and you err on the side of caution. So I just wanted to go
Always.
ahead and let everybody know that's why they did that. And if it turns out that there's not much going on, you know what? Get an extra cup of coffee, enjoy the 2 hour break before
It's
you get
okay.
into work or get into school.
We have heard from parents before
Hmm.
when we used to pre-pandemic, when we would have weather delays. The protocol was always to get up at 4, look out the window, and make the call between 5 and 6.
Hmm.
And parents were saying that's just not enough time to switch gears, and we heard them. So if weather is imminent, if we think that there could be an impact to transportation, to children's safety, then we are absolutely going to err on the side of caution. We will never apologize for being safe. And of course, it is an inconvenience sometimes. And in typical New Mexico fashion, it doesn't always turn out the way the forecast says. But in the end, everybody was safe. And of course, we don't always talk about it, but we have a school on the other side of the Oregon Mountains at White Sands Missile Range. White
Yeah,
Sands School is a part of Las Cruces Public Schools. So in inclement weather, getting our students over the pass is tricky. So if there is a threat to their safety, then that triggers the entire process of a weather delay for the whole
yeah. I heard
district.
the pass did have some weather, and Trans Mountain also had some weather up
They
down a little
sure
bit south.
did.
So they got some of that. So up in the higher elevations. But like I said, you're erring on the side of caution. It's all about safety for the kids. And like you said, if if you're letting everybody know the night before, because if we did get any amount of precipitation, as low as the temperatures at night have been, that ice
Right.
would have been on the road for sure. Because I don't
Yeah,
remember last week we just got a little bit, and my whole car was covered with ice the next morning.
mine too.
But we just mentioned that, of course, I'm here at 5 a.m., so it's a little bit chillier about that. In
It's a
any
little bit
case,
cold.
yeah. In any case, all that aside, I hope everybody enjoyed their little 2 hour break the other day. But what else do we got going on with the Las Cruces Public Schools?
Some important dates coming up, like next Friday, February the 3rd, is the
Hmm.
deadline to submit your applications for Las Cruces Public Schools magnet programs.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for incoming sixth graders. So, parents, if your students are interested in those specialty areas like art, media, science, and engineering,
Hmm.
you can visit the different schools for more information on that. They've been hosting open houses. And again, those applications are due Friday. It's typically by a lottery system. If they
Hmm.
get more applicants than they have space. And just as a reminder, transportation is sometimes available, but not guaranteed. It's always dependent on funding, and we're not quite sure where that's going to land until we get closer to the school year. So, again,
Hmm.
those applications are due next Friday. If you have questions about that process, you can drop an email to tlc@lcps.net. Again, if you're writing it down or trying to memorize it, it's tlc@lcps.net. The district is also helping out Engage New Mexico and the Success Partnership in conducting a feasibility study into what it's going to take to bring a brick and mortar children's museum to Las Cruces, which would be really great. I don't know if you've been to Insights in El Paso. That was always a really great place for my kids when they were growing up. And they always say, you always hear it,
Hmm.
there needs to be more things for kids to do here in Las Cruces. So if we can get that going, if you're interested in helping out with their feasibility study, you can go to our website, lcps.net. There is a link to their information right there in the news section. And finally, if you were part of the calendar survey that we were talking about for the last couple of
Yep.
weeks, the calendar committee has compiled all of your feedback and answers. Actually, they're just starting to compile it. There were over 2,000 responses to
Oh,
that.
that's good.
Yeah, a lot of really great feedback. They're putting together drafts of the calendar and what it might look like for the 23-24 school year. And they're going to roll those out at a town hall meeting a week from today, actually. actually, Thursday,
Good.
February the 2nd at 5:30. It'll be right there at the Dr. Karen M. Trujillo Administration Complex on Main Street. If you can't make it, you can watch via the World Wide Web. We're going to live stream that. Those draft calendars will ultimately be up to the Board of Education. They will more than likely consider those at the next regular meeting, which is February the 21st. Of course, that agenda hasn't been set, but more than likely is when they will be considering those calendars. Of course, you can always stay up to date with news and information as it happens at Las Cruces Public Schools at lcps.net. Follow us on our app, or we're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Absolutely. So keep up to date with Las Cruces Public Schools. And as always, on Thursdays, we will have Kelly grace us with her presence.
Aw.
And of course, keep us up to date with everything that is going on. So I assume that next week we'll be probably getting a little bit more information about that meeting and everything else that's
You
going to be
got
coming
it.
on. So
Absolutely.
thank you very much, Kelly, for taking your time and joining us for today.
Thank you.